All right, I have a good fundamental analysis one today for this Wednesday open. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just changed. If you saw my Japanification 3 episode, I was showing how this cycle looks a whole lot like the Nikkei stock bubble cycle. And the Nikkei is doing the same thing and getting these double top reversals underneath these major support levels. And I have been calling this for the last couple days a double top, and I have a different idea today that I wanted to go in and let's get in here and take a look at what's happening today. We have the bulls here smashing that like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. So yesterday I did the bulls in control episode with this rip on opening, and that was rejected off of this line. And then yesterday around closing and after hours, we have had this reversal here. The bears have gotten rejected off of this major support line. And now for opening today, we are just kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. And there's a couple spots here that we could test out in the near future and see if we can get resistance or break them. And there's two very dramatic technical analysis patterns that are forming. And I've mentioned the double top pattern, which is more of an angular kind of M-shaped top for the bears. And then there's a bullish shape that we could take a look at that doesn't look so different from the double top here, which is a cup and handle, which results generally in a big bullish breakout. And so a cup is generally going to get a bunch of reactions around a rounded pattern. And then you get a consolidation. And then you get a bullish breakout. So this shape here, it's hard to say if it's a double top looking shape or if it's a cup looking shape. It looks pretty similar to this one to me. So I've been calling it a double top in this cycle, but I wanted to point out this bullish pattern, and I wanted to talk about, I guess, some option ideas. So I've talked about the horizontal versus vertical kind of idea when you're trading options, and that is that if you are getting vertical movements like this or like a bearish breakout like this way, then a good strategy, and this is not trading advice, a good strategy for a big vertical move is to buy options. So here you could buy a call option, or here, depending. If you're sort of fundamental or cyclical person, you would want to try to buy at the peak. If you're a strict technical analysis person, you probably want to wait until you break resistance and kind of get a buy signal. And you could buy options to go down versus selling options. So basically when you're selling the option, you're selling an insurance policy. And so if it just goes sideways and runs out of time, then the person who sold the option makes all the money that they sold the insurance policy for. Basically, the policy went dead. But if you buy the option and it goes down, that's basically like your car crashing and you get the insurance for the car crash. So yeah, so generally, like for buying options, you want it to go vertical right now. And this type of shape is a good shape for getting a vertical move very soon. And then also with buying options, you're controlling 100 shares of the stock that you buy, but you're not paying for 100 shares. You're just paying for an insurance policy on those 100 shares. So for the price of an insurance policy, you get to control 100 shares, and then you get to make the profit on the movement of 100 shares. So it's like a really leveraged way to bet on a vertical movement. But also, if you bought a put say here, and it ends up breaking vertical in the other direction, the max that you can lose is that amount that you bought the insurance policy for. So it's kind of a safe way to make a vertical bet. And that is a cool thing to look at here when we have this shape, this indeterminate shape that could result in a huge blast up or a blast down. And with the option, you can make a vertical bet where you win big if you're right, and then if it goes way the other direction, you don't lose any more money. You start at zero, and if it goes up or sideways, you just stay, like you lose the money for the policy if it's up or sideways. And then if it goes down, you get paid for it. So that's the general idea with dramatic reversal patterns and buying options. And for me, I have no interest in selling an option in these kind of conditions. No way. Although we have gotten this really boring kind of sideways consolidation, so I guess selling a put in this area would have been a pretty good move because it just kind of grounds sideways and up here. But now it's looking like drama is coming. And I'll do a video on like Elliott waves and stuff like that too, because we have some Elliott wave patterns to point out. But that's the Wednesday opening cup versus double top drama, and Bears versus the Bulls, completely in the middle of nowhere and no idea from opening today. But we should see some cool stuff by closing today. And yeah, please hit the like button. Happy trading.